Good news, everyone. It's June 30th, 10 a.m., and it's my day off. I've been working, slaving away, but that doesn't make me a slave. So, just another chill sorting sesh with Tony. Not really rotate that. No rhyme or reason, no goals to fulfill, no when, no want, no worry. If anyone remembers those little flash games, I watched it with done by Markiplier. He did Whack Your Boss series, and it was it sounds bad, and it was. I mean, it was like these little flash clip games that you could like. Okay, so the first one was like you're in this cubicle and your boss walks in and he's like, no, 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 wrong, wrong, wrong. Like, oh, you're late for your report, and blah 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 blah. And it keeps on going, and it's like there's a loop. And if you don't select any of the items that are on your desk to assault them, then he just continues to berate you with like things you didn't do. And it's really funny because some of the just random items, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do with a stapler, you know? And of course he like staples a bunch of stuff to his head, and he pushes him like in a chair, and then pushes that chair outside a window, and it's like it takes one idea and then like just, oh, what if this did, was that, and then they just kind of expand from that, and then they just kept on going with it, like whack your girlfriend. These are none of these sound good. They aren't good, but as long as it's a cartoon, playful interaction, then whatever. There's so many parts for me to like just sort one color at a time. Seems kind of pointless because there's just so much bulk, like all that over there. So even though I don't want to, just put like this one color, that one color, just to get it out of. I don't want to say get it out of the way, but definitely once you get that ball rolling, you know what I can. This is one of those like Lego collector, sales, like a garage sale. My dad got this, and this was like one of the little vehicles in it. You gotta watch out for these because this is the old gray, and that's the new gray. It's more vibrant and it just pops. So we gotta keep those separate. Because around here we gotta, segregation's never good, but Lego sorting is segregation. Put this color with that color, that color with this color. Certain things in the universe should be like that, and other things should not. Because as soon as you start to separate people, divide and conquer. So definitely don't do that with people. That's not no bueno. No, 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 no. I also got my Mario hat on. It's me, Antonio. Don't have a brother named Luigi though. I must say the Super Mario Galaxy movie, that was that was amazing. Like took everything from the first movie and then made it 10 times better with all the little references. There's so many references to like Super Mario World, which hands down my favorite one, Mario game. A lot of nostalgic feels. the way I like to sort it, all these are empty, and so just take it and then toss it in the bin with other colors. But I go by the Roy G. Biv, the rainbow. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, or violet, blue. So it's like red, orange, yellow. But then I also like to keep like gray, like light gray, dark gray, and then kind of keep it relatively similar. Because once you start placing items in that container, there's literally no going back. I like to keep the parts that I know I'm gonna like have the most of close to me, like all these black parts. I know I have a lot of black parts, so I'm gonna put them in the closer bin. And since black is pretty much the opposite of white, and darkness is absence of light. So it's pretty much, they say like what white isn't a color or black isn't a color. It's just a shade. So red, orange, yellow, green. And don't think too much about it. You just gotta turn your brain off and just do it. Shia LaBeouf, just do it. It's really upsetting and sad how the internet, it creates things, but then then you see the internet now, and it's not the internet anymore. But I feel like it's just a bunch of angry people finding something to be angry about, just to be angry, so they can be easily manipulated to continue doing nothing. So they're the yellow ones and the wrong one. In your anger, you killed her. No, that can't be. She was alive. I felt it. Good old Palpy. What a guy. What a guy. Saw this short video. They were like, so in Attack of the Clones, why was Palpatine uglier than in Revenge of the Sith? Apparently, because they wanted to go down the route of the dark side makes him uglier. It's the worst possible outcome. So it's like degrade him as a person. But then, I guess George Lucas thought it would be a lot better for him to just like completely turn once Mace hits him with the Oh, that's kind of cool. There's a one wheel on the front. There's a bunch of different Lego sets from 80s and 90s that were in there. I thought about doing a video about it, but I don't know. I don't know if people would care. That's the thing. Well, I mean, people don't really generally care about anything. Like, if you took the base, this is a base person, like, pretty food, sleep, security, procreation. Like, those are the main human instincts. So, but once you start involving everything else, like, oh, we have to go to school, we gotta do that. And once you get out of school, you're like, well, that was stupid. Why do it? And you're like, oh, if you have a kid, you gotta send them to that stupid education thing. And it's like, I understand why people went to homeschooling, but then all the homeschool kids on media and how they're portrayed is like antisocial, weird, like your mom's your best friend kind of thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but definitely I don't think your relatives should be your best friends, because that's kind of like they're there by association. So it's like, you have to have your boundaries with people. Like, your dad is your dad. He can be friendly, but you can't try to say is you can't put all your eggs in one basket, because once that basket breaks apart, you know, you can't carry anything anymore. So you gotta like, where do you put your love and care and attention to, and who has been there the most? Usually it's your mom and dad, but I can't really say that for on my part. Some people are there in your life, some people aren't. Then you start expecting certain people to be there when they're not there, and then you feel like you have been wronged your whole life, kind of feeling. So it's always good to have goals and aspirations beyond anything, because what else is there? Get off work. It reminds me of this one video. This guy was like in his car, one of those rant videos. He was just like, so I clocked out of work, went to the gym, and he's like, now what? Everything's closed because COVID. And that's what's really upsetting, is like how on a Tuesday afternoon, or Tuesday at noon a few months ago, I'm just like, okay, it's Tuesday at noon. Everything should be open, you know, like what? It's just, you know, a small town, not much to do. It seemed like I went to one spot, it was closed. It didn't open until like 1 or 2 p.m. And it's like, you're a business and you're not open. A business is to make money and to be open, and if it's not that, why is it there? And it doesn't help that social media is pushing more stay at home, just buy a TV, blah blah blah, don't go to the movies. But then you get all the ads of like Mandalorian Grogu, see in theaters now, and it's like, within 10-15 years, like, who's to say? Like, will people even know what movie theaters are? People used to have drive-through movie theaters, like you get to park and view in your own car, your own comfortable car. I mean, people can do that with their own little portable projector, but people don't. There's no like yours, mine, and ours. It's more so of mine, mine, and mine. So, but then when you get around those selfish, shellfish people, they don't become people. They're not people anymore, because like, you know, the sharing is caring part. But like when you realize, wait a second, they've never shared anything with me, but I've shared everything with them. It's this like one-sided relationship. Because even me sharing my thoughts and opinions on this channel, that's sharing, you know? My favorite aspect of school was show and tell when I was little. I loved it. It wasn't the, I'm like, oh, I get to have attention. I don't care for attention, and I don't care about receiving attention. But when it came about presenting something that I cared about, that's when I was like, yo, this is kind of interesting, because I feel like the more passionate I get about something, then other people start to like, oh wait, that's actually kind of cool, or you know. There's this one time, my friends in second grade, I wanted to show them one of my Lego pieces, like Lego minifigures, and it was on the bus, and that's like the only time I really got to see them because I didn't have any classes with them. So I brought it on the bus, and it was the 2007 Clone Wars Anakin, like with the really buggy, weird eyes, and you know, I think that really shows like if they're your friend or not your friend. Because immediately when I like went to go show them, they played Keep Away with it, and that felt really horrible because it's like I'm trying to show you something, and now it's like you're disrespecting me and my stuff. And on top of that, I think the worst part of it was his hairpiece flew off, and I didn't have his hair for the longest time, and that I've always been secluded, so it's always been hard for me to like share things with people because I don't know how they're gonna receive it. Like that one time, they're just like, "Let's play. Keep it away from Tony." It's like, of course, later on in life in high school, they're pothead, addicted to drugs. Not good people, and it shows. It shows. Like, it's almost like insanely predictable how predictable people are. It's like you can lead them to water, but they pee on it. Like there's water right in front of you. You don't have to die in the desert. But whatever. That's one of my recent videos. Is the Joji cover song is Horses to Water, and often I like to sing the song, but then I don't like. It's like the first time I ever listened to it, I'm like singing it, trying to like match the vibe and the tone and the beats. Most of the time I match pitch perfect almost every time. Which is pretty nice. It's like, oh, I'm good at something. Like, I don't have to remind myself that I'm good at something to be good at something. So I always feel like I do the least amount of work. But then comes a point in your life where it's like you've done so much, just every single day, that you can't tell yourself that you're lazy, you're this, you're that, because you've proven to yourself that's not the case. And then you're trying to find someone else that matches that energy, and it's like, people's motivation doesn't revolve around like how much work they get done, but it's like, how do you feel at the end of the day when you are about to go to bed? Are you exhausted? Are you tired? Or are you just like, yeah, I can stay up and do a few more things? Or like, who are they when they're absolutely exhausted, drained kind of feeling? Because that's who they really are. Reminds me of the videos of nurses. It's like, oh, start of a 12-hour shift, and they're all happy, and then like the end of a 12-hour shift, and they're like no makeup. It's all like smudgy, and they're just like, first off, is that their dream job for them to be at the very end of it? You know, that's not. I get you could be like exhausted, don't talk to me kind of feeling, but like to be, you know, stumbling around looking like a ghost. It's like, I don't think it's for you. I don't think that position, whatever, should be done by that person. Because it's like, this position you have at your work or school or whatever, it's a role that you, if you don't play it right, then other players on the team will be like, hey, you're not doing it right. Because before you were doing it this way, you're doing it the right way. But we're seeing that you're not doing it the right way. So when you're around real people that will call you out on your BS, and vice versa, if they're not doing their job the correct way, you get to be like, yo, what's up? You know, you're feeling down to the ground. A lot of times I'm like, turn that attitude into gratitude, you know? Don't let it pull you down. There's also that one term I like to say, use it, don't abuse it. So, because we only have so much time, energy, and space in this universe. Once you like waste your time, then you have no energy. And since you have no energy, you know, you don't want to make dinner or just go to fast food or wherever, spend $15, $20 on one or two things. Get home, eat it, take a nap. You know, I'm not saying I do that. I'm just saying when you don't have a thing to do, you know, just play video games. Fine, whatever, keeps you occupied. Movie, a show. I just don't like how it's called a program, you know? Tron's my favorite movie. And Tron Legacy, the second one. And it's pretty funny because in that movie, he's like, greetings, users. You know, we're the user, and the programs are the things executing the task. And so, simply, if you're just doing nothing, you're not wasting space, not just kind of. But generally, there's this big like common goal everyone's trying to work towards. And if you don't like accomplish something by a certain time, then your brain and your body and your soul kind of withers away. I was talking to my coworker. He's like maybe 10, 15, 20 years older than me, so in his 40s. And we're going back and forth about like, yeah, I should probably stretch more often and stuff. And then he was looking at the time, and he's like, oh, I just don't have time and stuff. And when I start doing it, it starts hurting. And I'm like, well, maybe that's why, because you're not stretching, you're starting to hurt more. And try to like let people open their eyes and realize things that you gotta push yourself a little bit more. And he was looking at his watch because he's about to clock out, and I'm just like, it'd be funny if you looked at your wrist, like, oh, it's about time to leave. But then, like, if you didn't have a watch on, you're like, oh, yeah. Because some people just, like, want to get away from any conversation with him, but he's not really like that. But then he brought up a really interesting thing. He was like, around my late 20s, early 30s, he just felt like he needed to check the times just so often more. And I'm like, oh, I know what it is. It's the 30-year mark. Like, that's the deadline. Like, I don't. Most people don't accomplish anything. I mean, they don't have to. They don't need to. But when you don't accomplish, like, the basic human fundamentals, then your soul kind of withers away. I've noticed. Say, if I don't want to get into it, but like, if you never had a girlfriend or you're hard to around women, really like standoffish. Can't even like shake their hand without being a little nervous wreck. Not pointing at your fingers or anyone. But that's just like, there's 8 billion people. You can't be afraid of half the population, you know. But then again, people can do whatever they want, you know. I'm like, oh, I'm special. I'm a little butterfly. Blah, 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 blah. Just delusional. That's probably, that is delusional. Is the majority of people in the United States. And I don't like when in high school, you have, I graduated in 2018, and even at the time, kids were saying how they hate, like, I remember this one girl just being totally anti-America, and, like, it was really awkward and weird, because, like, I sat next to her, and then she, like, just, like, went off about, like, despising America and blah, 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 all these things, and this was, like, in civics class, and, before, I'd never talked to her before, and then after she said all that, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna move outside of America as soon as I get the chance, stuff like that. I was just like, oh my god, I'm sitting next to this person, and like, you don't know who you're sitting you have no idea who's next to you, like, it's wild. It's one of those statements like, you could be sitting next to a murderer. The only thing I murder is this day. Ah! Kill the day. Woo! Put it down. Which reminds me of Monsters Inc. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. I worked in the toy section of Walmart for 3 years. Toy garden center area, seasonal. You know how many times a mom and dad, well, mostly it would just be the mom and the kid. The mom would be like, oh, put that away, put that down. And I'm immediately like, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. It's like, oh, it's a musical. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Insane. That was a good one. Monsters Inc. Any Pixar movie within the past 20 years. Watch this really in-depth conspiracy video showing like, so all of the Pixar movies are just like metaphors and foreshadowing WALL-E, how we're the actual aliens, and it's like he brought up he cross-referenced every single point, and like how the new Hopper movie is actually just, they know that they're in a movie, and it's wow. It was like an hour long, and I only watched all of it because I was so intrigued how he mentioned the next topic. He would like leave it off a cliffhanger and make every single statement seem like the most groundbreaking, unbelievable, fantastical statement ever conceived by any human being. And it was just like so mesmerizing. And I just couldn't not watch. But it's always good to keep your eyes open and your mind open and your heart and soul open to new ideas and concepts. And because if you close that off and you close off different avenues, why would you limit yourself? So that's how I view things. It's like, if you can count to 1,000, why stop there? You just keep on going. The only thing stopping you is the end. But when you see no end in sight, and it's like, just put all the precautionary borders and barriers in a line. Like, oh, don't do hardcore drugs. Okay, cool. I didn't do that. So don't hang out with people that do hardcore drugs. First off, you are your 5 friends. So I feel like all of high school was like, for some people, it's either stay home and do homework or go out and party and then drink alcohol and get all messed up and drive home and then crash into a stop sign or something. Part of me's like, I'm so glad I didn't like really talk to anyone in high school, because you think, where are they now? Don't know, don't care. I'm definitely one of those guys where it's like, if someone ever thought of me, they would be like, oh, he was a nice guy. I don't remember anything bad, you know? And that's how you gotta view people. It's just, have you not effed me over? And if you have, then, well, F you. And it's this constant like, you're cool, you suck, you're cool, you suck, you're cool. You know, like, in the Simpsons movie, the head of the EPA, when they put a dome over Springfield, they're like, oh, I want the men in this position, big, soft, big, soft, big, soft, big, soft. And the guys, one of the lieutenant guys is like, sir, I think you've gotten mad with power. And the head of the EPA guy is like, well, of course. Have you ever seen a guy mad without power? People don't listen to him. And it's like, it's so true. Like, every crazy person has so much power. Like, why? I don't know. Why does society let crazy people have so much power? That's the true question. Never been political, but like, that's more true than anything now. It's one of those like, oh, don't talk about religion or politics at your family's dinner. But why not? It's interesting. You get to find out who's an idiot. But that's okay. Everyone has the right to their own opinion. That's just my opinion. So, you can watch your AI garbage video if you want. Or you just, you could sort your own Lego and chill. Because we always got something that we should be doing that we haven't done yet. That I should have do that. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm sure to do that. Oh. The more you say that, the more it like takes away from every other thing you've ever said. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna go on that trip, or I'm gonna go on that vacation, or I'm gonna do that, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna do that. But then, boom, you got cancer. Just anything can happen. It's like if you wake up, I have eyes. I'm breathing oxygen. I have fingers at work. My brain's not. I have a brain, like a functional brain. That's rare. I'm not saying you need any of those things to be happy, but when you don't have those things, it's hard to want to be happy. Let's just say, woke up, I had no legs. But I knew what it was like to have legs, so I would be pretty sad. Because, I can't walk or run, can't do these things. But if you never had legs, you never know what it's like to ever walk or run in the first place. So you never have that like baseline happiness level to really like modify. Say if like this is a line and you're just happy, this is happiness level, and like okay something bad happens and you're just like, but then it's a dip because it's not like the end of the world. Well, yeah. But you always try to have that like happiness level moderate. You can't be too happy all the time because you don't want to like come off as fake. Because if you come off as fake, you attract fake people. And if you attract fake people in your life, that's another like can of worms. It's just to be around people that are like-minded, have the same core values and beliefs as you, or try to, and be content. Don't be happy because happiness is like, oh, I'm happy, I'm sad, oh, blah blah blah. Something bad happens. So you can't let the universe dictate your emotions. That's what I'm trying to say. You gotta be your own happiness filter. You have to see the light through the dark. You gotta be there for yourself. You gotta clock in your brain to your body, even if you don't want to. Because as you definitely like work somewhere that other people just despise and like, but you like working there, but you don't like working around the people that despise working there, and it makes your enjoyment level of working there just like this is tough, but I can power through. And once they leave from that position or whatever, then you just skyrocket past them. You don't know what possible outcome you could have had if you quit, years ago. So it's always good to like, don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself down. Don't say I can't. Because you can, you just don't want to. It's one of those things like, I physically cannot produce a offspring. You need the counterpart, the woman, to do that. So I can't do that. I can't just like asexual, be self-replicating, be like, another me. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool though. Have like a twin, because in high school, the same civics class that chick was in, there's twins, and it was so funny because the entire school year or the semester they had the class, they switched spots and never told the teacher. So the whole names were switched back and forth. They did each other's assignments, turned each other's assignments in. And it was a very, very, very last day of class. And that's when we broke the news of like, oh, this whole time you've got our names mixed up. And he just felt so like, oh my god. Like, he's graded the test like that. He's gone to conferences, with their parents have been like that. And it's so funny. Like, there's little jokes like that just like, how would you know if you didn't tell him? But if you never told him, you just live life knowing like, oh, that's just that person and that person. It was like, that person was that person and that person was that person the whole time. It's like, whoa. But it's not like you feel deceived and you felt wronged. And it's more so of having fun. And ever since that ever happened, it was literally day one, we like said our names. They made that conscious decision separately to like, hey, I'm gonna be you and you're gonna be me. And then from that day on, because the whole class knew that wasn't that person, and so anytime he would call him up to the board, sometimes the other brother would get up and be like, oh hey, that's not me. Like, it brought this like new dynamic. Just, oh, anytime they raise their hand, the teacher says their name, but they think it's the other guy. So it's like this constant switcheroo. It's just, I just say it never got boring. And that's what it's like to have fun. Just fun. Just, no one's hurt. You get to laugh about it. No one's feelings are hurt. Everyone's happy. You get to go home and enjoy your life. I would like to say I'm a fun guy. No. Little Mario hat on. With a little one up. Boop. Oh, one thing I wanted to discuss, besides just kind of randomly talking, is the next update on feed in Autogunga. Since I like watching other people's stuff is fun, but then I'm like, what about mine? What about my YouTube videos and channels and stuff? And I watch my old videos, I'm like, that's still me, so I'm not me. But definitely the drive of like wanting to post something like creative, it's like that. Oh, it's not gonna be good enough. The edit's not gonna be this or that or something. And you just kind of can't put yourself down because the universe puts you down already. So why put yourself down even further? So that's why I'm like just sorting away, kind of contemplating all the designs I've conjured up. And there's no rush to get anything done. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, I need to get this done within a week. I built a clone base in 7 days. I built a city in 2 seconds. I'm a year guy. I'm spent 4 years working on 1313. 3 years, whatever. I don't want to be like, oh, the things that take the longest are usually the best. But I was looking at that, La Sagrada Familia, and that took how many years to make? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And that's just magnificent. So I'm not saying like you have to spend so much time and effort and love and attention into something, but it helps. But once you've started to get that ball rolling, it should be easy for you to not manufacture or produce, but like create some majestic art piece, right? Just, it's the Ratatouille quote from Gusto. He's like, anyone can cook. So that's how I view it. Anyone can be creative. Anyone can do anything. It's only their little dummy brain that's just like, oh, I can't do that. You know, like this weird creature in their brain that's like the no creature. It's like, no, you will fail. No, you can't do that. No. Or what I've noticed, it's a lot of times parents like telling their kids they can't do that. Oh, don't touch that. Don't put that there. Don't, let them shock themselves. At least don't let them die. That's the thing. As long as they're not gonna die, then it should be fine. Like this one time, oh my god, I'm just walking at work. This kid is underneath the shopping cart. He's just playing around. Parents are pushing the cart, and he's laying on his stomach, and he's just like, not paying attention. Puts his finger underneath the wheel, and his whole hand ran over, and it was loud too. It was like thud thud, because I was pretty far away, and I still heard it, and they immediately and like they're never gonna do that again. They're never. First off, they're gonna be afraid of shopping carts for the rest of their life, and all these like. Pain is such a good teacher. Like, it's as long as you don't maim yourself and hurt yourself like severely, like, oh, I can't walk anymore or I can't think anymore. Like it's in G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, the main bad guy, he's like, that wasn't Scorpion, not the Scorpion. That's what else on that. You have Snake Eyes and you have Storm Shadow. That's what it was. God, he's like, he has a little shuriken. He's like, pain is a good motivator. It's like, oh, that's yeah, it is. It really is. Like, think about it. Like, that's all school is. It's just like deadline, test next week. Do, study now, learn. Like it forces you to like, oh my god, I don't say the word hate, but like, I hate being told what to do and like how to do it. Yeah, that's all school is. And like, because you can like tell someone to do something, which is fine, but it's the way and the how and the mannerisms and like are you demanding them to do it? Because no one can demand or command anyone in this universe unless they have, guns to your head. But then you could be like, I don't care. And then they could blow you away or not blow you away. Or you could just be like, how much? And they'd be like, what? And like, how much for the little gun? How much you want? Because obviously you're showing it to me. You want me to buy it, right? That's why you pulled it out. You have to be so like, not main character energy. I don't like saying that, but like definitely without you, there's no anything. I said this to my coworker like 2 years ago. It was hilarious. I like to mess with people. I'm like, everything you've ever thought has happened inside your head. Think about that. And of course he's just like, what? I'm like, lead a horse to water, they'll piss in it, Some people, right? I don't go to bars, I don't drink, I don't do that. I'm just like, thank God. I would be the best, worst drinker, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, best worst drinker. That's exactly how it sounds. I would probably. Well, first off, I don't even want to think about who I would be if I did drink, because that like speaks into the universe. All I can say is how I feel when I am drunk, which is like 4 times my whole life, 4 or 5. For me, it's mostly you have like that little subconscious part of your brain where it talks to you, like your inner voice, your inner dialogue, whatever you want to call it. That kind of like goes away. Like it doesn't say, you know, you go to wash your hands and then you turn on the sink and it's scalding hot water and you immediately put on cold. It would be the opposite. It would like you wouldn't think to put it on cold. You would just be like, you know, that turns off. It dulls the senses. You know, I mean, it is poison. Liquid poison. It is like liquid poison, but people say liquid courage as BS. Like everything you need is it always has been and always been with you your whole life. So first off, why is a baby's teeth? They're grown. They're born with their full baby set teeth and their adult sized teeth in their body. And when you look, I don't want to say look up skulls of babies, but it's so trippy because like you'll see the little baby teeth row, and then above that, that's all like the mature. Well, if they actually did mature and survive, they have the full set of teeth. Like we don't. How many things in our life were born? I mean, women have their like eggs. They have only so many amount of eggs their whole life, that kind of thing. And that with the teeth, and it's like there's only so many things that you're born, you're brought in this world with this amount of things. Use it well. Use it or abuse it, you know. Which I say, don't abuse it. But you know, YOLO, well, you only live once, doesn't matter, whatever. I'm young, I'm dumb, I think it's all BS. All BS. It's all manipulation. About an hour sorting, and overall doesn't feel like that was an hour of sorting, because when you look at what I've done so far, it's like that's a decent amount, but then just keep on going, just keep on going, just keep on going. As long as you have that North Star, keep going, keep moving forward. You know, meet the Robinsons, keep moving forward. It's not a Pixar movie, but it's a Disney movie, but that's one of the good ones. Because I feel like there's definitely going to be, within 10, 15 years, creativity on a general mass scale will be like, oh, why will I need to take art class? Or why do I need to take sculpting class? Or what? Like all these like, oh, why do I need that? The motivation, the drive, because the AI will just be like, hold my oil, you know? I don't know what they'll drink. Yo, hold my oil. That's a good one. It's not hold my beer, get it? If you try to explain something, then it's not funny. Which is really interesting. It's the absence of thought is funnier than thought itself. It's the unexpected. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. I'm like, well, that's what unexpected is. It's something that's not predictable. Never let someone know your next move. Always like, you know. Just be spontaneous, be fun. because it's like you are what you attract, and like I want that in my life. So if you're not that in your life, how are you gonna attract that in your life? So I don't want some stick in the mud significant other. That's gross. Someone that just pulls you down. Someone, why are you doing it like that? That's stupid. There's a lot of these like attitudes. And I get moody, but I'm not like that. My dad says, "Oh, that's your mom coming out of you," that kind of thing. And it's like I agree, because some people in your life can either like make you good or make you moody or make you like not standoffish, and that's definitely, if you have parent problems, that's definitely a good way to talk through it with them. Go to therapy, done that, I realized I just needed a good friend to talk to. Because that's when I was just like, okay, I got a girlfriend, but like I don't have any friends, Get to chill and hang out with and do whatever. I'm not saying you can't be friends with your girlfriend, but you gotta have like your friend group and your girlfriend. You're over there, You can hang out, do some stuff. That's fine, but the girlfriend cannot be 24/7 all the time, because the more you're together, the more you see flaws, and the more flaws you see, the more like, why am I together with this person? Why am I spending? It's like, yeah, a spreadsheet. Look at all these numbers, and you're like, that number right there doesn't add up. What? Why doesn't it add up? You get your calculator out. I could say that I'm analytical. I have a calculator in my desk, like right there, like one of the TI-84s. So what I'm getting at is, say if everyone you knew was on the spreadsheet and you're just constantly like comparing, contrasting, like, oh, you treated me badly this one time. Do I want to hang out with you this time? Like this constant like battle between like my attention and love. Like, at a certain point you gotta be like, no, nobody matters. Just do what you want. Don't think about how other people feel. Just do you. And don't like it, don't buy it, that kind of thing. Just, oh well, sucks to suck. Life is way too short to be bitter. So, 10 minutes to 11. Cool. That's why Lego's always been this avenue, this source, this thing to just indulge my time, my attention, my money, my everything. And people that don't understand that, usually they don't have their thing. They're just aimless, they're lost, they're pointless, they have no point. I feel like I'm so sharp, I can like, and I have, I worked, got all those boxes you gotta open. Sometimes it just go. That's kind of funny. Like, I'll just have a box, and then I'll just like grab the item out of the box, and it's like not even, like the tape covering the lid wasn't even there in the first place. It's one of those like, you got a samurai guy with a plank of wood holding it right there, and you just got to punch through it. Like, oh, it's not even there in the first place, so should be easy, right? You know how hard this part of your hand and palm is? But if you hit it like right here, your entire arm goes numb, and it's like, oh, I'm not gonna, oh. It's either I'm not gonna do that again, or I'm gonna do it again even faster, even better this time. Because it's like, where it hurts now, so just don't hit that part where it hurts. So you can like, I want to be like, oh, you can take someone out, but like people karate chop, like, you know, you could. We are deadly weapons. Like you don't know your own strength until like there's someone not as strong as you around, and you're like, oh wow, they're weak, I'm strong. I should probably help them out. And that's your God-given power from this universe, and you just gotta convert that into positive energy. There's too many like documentaries, murder mysteries, all these like, oh, this woman killer, this guy, Ted Bundy, oh, he was a bad guy in the 80s, ooh, yeah. But then again, people are obsessed. They're obsessed. I don't know why. With like murderers and killers. And it's like, you don't want to think like stupid because eventually you become stupid, that kind of thing. That's like all the people like, oh, I just work here. I don't eat any of the food. And it's like, well, I'm just saying, what's your like favorite sandwich or something? You know, it's not even like, people that have that energy, that energy. It's like, yeah, get away from me. If they say hi in some weird, demeaning or derogatory term, like hi, you know, like they always have like this attitude, then walk away. Don't say anything. Because people like that are not worth anything. You know how big this universe is for that one person to pull you down to their pathetic level? And it's like, yo, you don't have to work here, or you don't have to do whatever you're doing to make you this miserable. People don't realize that, you know? Living is optional. So, or you just do nothing, get, you know, stimulus checks from the government, you know, whatever. Don't have to like contribute to society. You know. Oh, they wronged me, so I get to just do whatever I want forever. Getting kind of hungry. It's kind of annoying. Anything that reminds me of like, oh yeah, bodily functions when I'm doing something, it's just like, I gotta stop what I'm doing to feed this external shell. But if I don't feed this external shell, then the internal shell can't continue doing anything. So it's like, I'm not saying I'm a shell of a person, but it's like, I have so much soul that this external shell body, what you see here before you, is like, I'm a little sphere, and like the amount of creativity, the amount of ideas, and it's like a rainbow, like all these different, like all my art pieces, pretty much are that, you know. My favorite art genre of like style is definitely like abstract perspective pieces, because it plays with your emotions, but then it's like, it makes you think, like, oh, that's a cool shape, or like, I wonder how he came to that conclusion with this. And I realize with every single art piece, when I don't go expecting anything, usually those ones are the best, because I have no like, oh, it has to be good, oh, it has to be this, or it has to be that, or I want this design, or this sort of something. Because I always think like, The greatest artists of all time have always gone mad and insane. Like, why did Leonardo da Vinci cut his ear off and send to his lover? Like, you didn't have to do that. I don't. There's certain things artists like you don't have you don't have to have tats to show that you're a tattoo artist. Like you don't like I don't know. There's mentally ill people. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying I'm mentally ill. I'm more like mentally rad. Cool. That you can't really see any of the sorting, but it's getting pretty full. I mean, this one is so full. I'm just setting the parts right here because I don't want to get up and walk 5 feet and walk 5 feet back. So just one handful at a time. Baby steps, just little baby steps. Oh, a 1x5. Oh, cool. This used to be really special. This 1x5 piece. And Eminar's podcast I used to listen to before he like totally sold out and just not a good person. One of his jokes was like, "Oh, girls at a leg convention are like a 1x5 plate because they don't exist." And it was funny because like I said that to my ex. I'm like, "Oh yeah, we got 1x5, and I have a girlfriend." So it's like, you exist now. Wow, that's cool. You know, to say like, "Oh, it never has existed. Now it exists." Oh, cool. So it's always good to have these like odd numbers. Man, I'm getting pretty hungry. Pretty hungry. Feeling that little tummy gurgle. A lot of times when I start something, I don't want to finish it. Because that means you can't continue doing it. Like with a lot of shows, like when there's so many seasons of a show, then you're like, okay, cool, I'm on season 5, and there's 10. Okay, it's like, you have that mental, oh, it's never gonna end. Oh, it's never gonna stop. I can just put the next episode on. But then you get to around season 8, and then 9, and then 10 comes around, and you're like, oh my god, I got one more season, and it's over forever. And then it's like, there's no. And that's why a lot of people, when they're done watching a show, they just rewatch it. And that's the upsetting part, the rewatching it. It's like, there's no other thing in this entire universe that brings you this amount of joy. So let me just try to replicate it by rewatching it. You can't. You can't because you know the next moves. You know it's not unexpected. It's not a horror movie anymore. It's just a person walking out and then getting stabbed. You know, it's not. Keep moving forward. Oh my god, that's so wild. Stagnation is death of creativity. That's another quote I've heard. It means if you don't do anything, then you slowly die. I don't want to be like, oh, if we're like fish, then we're like sharks. If we stop swimming, then we die. And some people are like that. So. And then other people are little guppies that just go, hey, kind of just there, just existing, chilling. Like that's their version of life, which is simple, but sometimes simplicity is it's all you need, Because if you're too complex and then people see how complex you are, then it throws them off because they're not complex, they're simple. And so then they get turned off how oh, this person is actually a person. I need to actually be on their level, maturity level, and then you have like intellectual level. Like there's so many levels to life. Because I never like claimed I was smart in life, but I don't go around being like, oh, I'm the smartest tool in the shed. I'm like, I'm a hammer. I just want to smash things. Don't know who and what you are. Don't try to be more and don't try to be less. Because people respect you for that. If you're a guy, be a guy. If you're a girl, be a girl. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't feel like myself. Okay. I'm not going to get into that aspect of mental illness. I always notice it's always like really young, mature, like immature people that always like want to do some life altering thing. And like that's the most when you're developing, and that's when you don't know anything and you're always experimenting and you're like, what's this do? What's that do? What's she do? What's that do? What's he do? It's just a phase, I guess, but then it doesn't help when society builds literally everything around that, like illness. Yeah, pretty sad. Pretty sad. I didn't want to bring it up to my mom, but because she loves Doctor Who, and I loved Doctor Who when I was little. But she just kind of like just continues watching it, but she doesn't watch the new stuff. And I brought up to her attention that the new Doctor is African English, I guess. And that's not. I'm not saying anything about that, but they made him wear a dress, and it totally demasculated. And like, my mom was like, "That just breaks my heart." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah," because it's like they take the thing that you love, and they just inseminate it with these falsities, all these like the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Like that's all I feel like that was, and it shows over time. Now we got like Dave Filoni and the Marvel director guy, John Favreau. He, I haven't seen Mandalorian. I didn't go to the theater and see it. I mean, why? I always feel like when you go out with someone. But I don't feel like anyone is worth going out with anymore. I just don't. It's a I'd love to be like, hey girl, wanna go out? But it's like there's no that hey anymore. Because it's just I don't be like, oh, people are just mean. But when you see more of certain sides of people, and it's like, why would I spend 1 second with you? So, here I am, sorting Lego, talking to no one right here. I don't know who's not going to watch this in the future. I don't care. I really don't care. But your dreams are created today, not tomorrow. And that's on my wall. That's one of my motivational little mantras. Because if you just constantly have so many motivational stuff in your brain, there's nothing demotivating you. You've in essence replaced the negativity with positivity. take out all the bad, replace it with good. It takes a lifetime to do that, but figure it out any way you can. Because the next time someone says something negative, it's almost gonna like not register in your brain, and you could just filter that out, and it gets easier and easier over time. And whenever anyone's mean or bad to you, you can just, that's funny. Like you start laughing in their face, you know, because you've surpassed all of their expectations, all of their responses that they think that you're gonna say, and a lot of times, like in any Telltale game, that studio that went out of business, it's there's always the four options, and then like the fifth one's just say nothing. Like people in life forget saying nothing is always an option, and oh my god, saying nothing is the best because it doesn't give the person the power for them to like fuel the chamber for the anger or the nag machine that I would call it. I go nag 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 nag, because like some people just like can only complain and nag. Like I understand that's who they are. They can't do anything about anything, so they're just gonna complain about it. I get that. The only thing I can change about that is how they perceive themselves from a different angle or different perspective. It's like if someone says something about whatever, I don't know, someone didn't finish their job or something about this or that. You just remind them like, well, that's why we're who we are, because we're better than them. So we're gonna do the best we can do and move on. You know, you can change, you can shift their mental clarity into the right direction instead of them just being pissed off that other people is never gonna finish their job. It's like, well, people are always gonna never do anything because they're people, but you and I are not just random people. Hi, I'm Tony. Nice to meet you. Or Antonio. That's the Hispanic way. I still feel like I've never like belonged with any group or any like with anyone. In high school, there's this I don't know if I brought it up on the previous one, but there's Cesar Chavez convention. Like brought all these different Hispanic people from different high schools, and it was cool. It was nice being around people. Okay, people like me, whatever that's supposed to mean. The box. People put you in a box. You know, there's other people that have your same skin tone, the shade. But then I realized, wow, for all these people that are like me, how not like me they are. And that's the truth. When you go around being like, oh, I'm just like everyone else, then you will be treated just like everyone else. No one will treat you with respect, no dignity, and no, like, I guess, street cred. Red Dead 2, actually, that was my favorite game. The morality system in Red Dead 2 is so incredible. I spent, what, 60 hours in Red Dead Redemption 2. And it was crazy because that's one of those games you can, man, forget to eat, forget to poop, like this is it. Like, this is my life. I want to be in Old West. Like, I don't, like, this modern society does not exist anymore, and then that's one, yeah, it's beyond escapism. Like, that is your reality, and like, it generally starts to shift your mentality. Like, okay, you go to the armory, the gun shop in Red Dead Redemption 2, and then what? Like, you buy a weapon, and then the ammo cases or shells or whatever you want to say, they're like a few pennies, like 20 cents or something. Like, 10 cents. And then you go to the gas station, buy 2 things, you spend $10, and then you start being like, wait a second. Life sucks. You know, like you'd rather be in this Red Dead world, this Old West. And it makes you not want to live this life. Because you realize this life is disgusting and horrible. It's only you for you to make it amazing. Because generally on the baseline existing level, I would say I'm pretty well accomplished. I'm well accustomed to treating people well. If you treat people well, they're going to treat you well back. Hopefully, if they have a brain and no guilty conscience, then yeah, they should treat you well. Because, like, I don't know why. Some people feel like they need to, like, confess things to me. Like, it's just weird. Some people, like, tell me things that I don't feel like they tell anyone else. But there's something... Is it my innocence or my seeking of understanding that, like, people see, okay, this guy won't judge me based on whatever heinous thing they did or didn't do. And then a while ago I was talking to some buddies at work. Well, war buddies. But then they're saying, like, I would be a good therapist. And I'm like, I would be a good therapist because I talk people through things. And some problems don't need a solution. Sometimes you need someone to be there just to talk to, or listen, or hear, or feel, or to be there. I don't know. I feel like people just leave me, and oh well, forget about them, you know. That's fine. Move on. Life is short. Find new fish in the sea, or go to another ocean. You know, I don't know what to say. Cool. Little grill piece right here. It's a nice tile. About an hour and a half of sorting. Try to do 2 hours. I don't know. I don't even... Like, I'm not hungry anymore. That hunger pain went away. So you just don't listen to that. Don't listen. I mean, listen to your body, of course. Know when to stop. But generally, like, if you're doing something, just you know, be quiet, body, you know. I control you, you don't control me. Oh, I found a little creeper. This is the Kuzo set one. It's not even like the tile or the plate. It's the full brick. The 1x1 brick. That's kind of cool. Let's see what's left. I mean, everything's left, but... I found a leg. It's a leg. And the Lego. Need joints. Bendable. Oh. Look, I found a Tony. Get it? It's a tone. But generally, I don't go around saying I'm a funny guy or anything. But I make people laugh. If they laugh at me or laugh with me, I don't know. As long as they're laughing, they're not mad. So, I mean... Yeah, it's definitely a self-defense mechanism in life. That's why a lot of comedians have parent problems. A lot of them are divorced. It's because there's so much turmoil in your life. And you find this few things in life that bring you joy. And then the moment you realize you can share that other thing that brings you joy, other people joy, then you instantly like grow and you flourish and you become better than everyone else. Not like physically, oh, I'm better than you, but like mentally being like, okay, I don't want to blow my brains out. That's good, you know. There's one philosopher, I don't really like this quote where it's like, oh, life is just not wanting to blow your brains out. Just find something in life that you just don't want to blow your brains out with. I'm like, you know, I don't like that quote, but then it has some validity to it, because if you just do things that you constantly hate doing every single day, then eventually you're just gonna be like, you know, this ain't worth it, Joe. You know, see you in the afterlife. All you gotta do is just love thy neighbor. Who just don't want to. Oh my God! Do not hate your neighbor. Do not. They know where you live, and you know where they live. First off. Never hate. Just hug a tree. Go cut some grass. Go smell some, you know, seagulls. Don't step on a sandcastle. Go and pay your taxes and do all of this. Hi, how are you? You know, morning. Hi. You know. Yo, if you don't say morning to some people, you just walk right by them. You realize who they are. Do they say hi to you? That's one thing I love doing, is seeing like who's real and who's not real. When I mean who's not real, I mean like, okay, every single day I'll say hi to like these specific people. Every single day. Hi, bye, hi, bye, bye, bye. And maybe one day I just walk by them and I don't say anything, and like I notice if they say something or don't say something. If they don't say something, it's like maybe they're just having a bad day or something, blah blah blah, whatever. And then vice versa, they'll realize you didn't say hi to them, and next they'll say hi back to you, and next they'll be like, oh, how you doing? And I'm just like, good, fine, all right, whatever. So it's always this constant like, are you saying you're fine because you just don't want to talk to them, kind of thing? But sometimes I just gotta be so freaking real. I'm just like, yes, I said that because I don't want to talk to you right now. And it's not out of like a you or me thing. It's just I'm not in the talking mood, so I'm not gonna talk. You know. And some people aren't worth talking to, because you know everything that they're gonna say out of their face, the syllables that are gonna conjure up in their brain, the meat flaps that are gonna come out of their, you know, the words that are gonna come out of their meat flaps. It's not gonna be anything good. First off, it's not gonna be productive, so it's not gonna help you. So it's not good, and it's not gonna help you. And you start to realize like, wow, you've never said anything good or helpful my entire time I've ever known you. So at that point, you just be like, well, you suck. You just gotta be really observant, really patient, really in tune with the universe, I guess. You gotta know the energy of the room. You gotta know the vibes. there's that one quote. It's like, "Oh, I'm here for the vibes," you know. Was it? What do you mean? You mean vibrations? It's beyond vibrations. It's like it's how you carry yourself. That's how you present yourself. How you treat yourself to the world. How do you view the world? How the world views you? And like all these different. Do you have a guilty conscience? Did you kill someone? You know, all these little things that add up over time makes you who you are. All your imperfections, all your flaws, all your scars. That's what it is. They're scars. And then when you look at some people that are like really scarred up and really dingy and just kind of dirty and grungy and smelly and swear all the time and just ugh. You're just like, stay away from them. I guess it's just the constant inner battle of good and evil. I have no evil bone in my body. I really like this one piece right here. It's a little tube. I like little tubes. So much detail. You can have like little pipes connecting different ventilation shafts, different like coolant. You're gonna be on a tarmac and you can like have coolant and have people refill things. Kind of like this the Darth Vader little recharge repair. Wait, this was not the repair one, but like the refueling one, I think. Yeah, this is the refueling one, and then this one, I guess it came with a few different ones. This is actually a pretty cool little alternative build, but I don't use them ever. Sometimes with Lego, I just go and I never stop. And is that bad? No, but then it's like, then I don't want to say I scare myself, but then sometimes I don't want to stop, and it's like, well, what time is it? Like, oh, I got work in the morning or something. And then you start thinking about things that don't matter. And like, oh, does my life matter? I mean, like, living matters, but like, what am I doing? Does this matter? And then you just gotta love what you do. You just gotta love what you do. Because if you love what you do and you find someone that loves what they do, but I don't know, just haven't really felt like anyone loves what they do. I don't want to say Lego is love, but once you like love a thing and you show that you have the capacity to love, people notice. You know, people notice. I just got a little. I can see the bottom of the container, so that's something. I could have it angled down so you could see more of the Lego sorting process. I just don't care. I don't care. At most 10, 15, maybe 15 people watch this. Who knows? But then I look at like other YouTube videos and how many views they have for just the type of content is so mind numbing. It's beyond brain rot. It withers the soul and wastes your time, and there's nothing good or positive that really adds to the universe besides just distracting like hundreds of thousands of people for like 5, 10, 15 minutes. And it goes back to the Tron. Greetings, users. You know. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's just little hinges, but it's weird seeing little chunks and being like, oh yeah, this was Darth Maul's office I was working on. Whew. Just keep on moving. Just keep on moving. I don't like to think how long this would take, because that was about an hour 36, and there's like a decent little chunk, but like still it's an hour 36 when I'm like looking over there and like, yo, this is like, it's a lot of Lego. And the more I sort, the more I'm motivated to like work on a project. Because when I start a project, I don't want to just like, oh, I'm gonna start it this week, and then next week around this time I'll maybe start, work on it a little bit more. Like once I start something, I will finish it within a reasonable amount of time. Generally. But other times I'm like, I psych myself out because there's like so much I have to do on the project. Oh, I could never get done or something. Like the sorting stuff. It's only fun because I made it fun. Just kind of rambling. Bunch of BS talk, I guess. I don't know. I mean, if you talk to the universe will talk to you, man. So that just gotta say enough motivational stuff, and someone somewhere will be happy, even if you're not. I'm not saying I'm sad, but just keep on moving forward. I definitely notice I don't get hangry. That's hungry and angry. I get had, hungry and sad. Because I know, like, well, I'm hungry. That means there's a lot of other hungry people in this universe. And on top of that, not only are they hungry, but like they can't feed themselves too. And that makes me even more sad. It's like, I got 4 refrigerators full of food, but I'm still hungry. Like, it's the perspective, the scope and scale of the universe and things. Part of me is like, oh, if I just paid someone just for all of this or something. But then, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's the journey. It's the process. If you don't like the journey, don't start the trip. Don't grab the manual or the map and start your trek. Because what if the Lord of the Rings was like, Frodo, let's go to the Mount Doom, wherever it's called. And then they're just like, nah, I'm chilling, I'm fine. And then it just ends. That was all of Lord of the Rings. You know, laziness is literally the death of everything. Like, as soon as you're like, ew, it's not hard. As soon as you're lazy, but it's not. There's a difference between being exhausted and being lazy. Being exhausted is like, I worked all day and I'm drained. I can't do it. I can't open my eyes. I can't move a single muscle. I can't move a fingertip. Oh, there's other people where it's like, oh, I just woke up, but I'm still tired. Oh, like, oh my god. Well, turn the attitude into gratitude. Ooh. Yeah. And that's where, people like me, very usually uplifting, but I have my days. That's almost an hour and 42 minutes. It's like looking down a ladder, being like, oh wow, that's far down there. And you're constantly telling yourself, oh, just don't fall, don't fall. Like, why would you fall though? A little halo weapon or something. A little energy rail thing. Green. And that's the thing about me. I feel like I will just go and never stop. Like, how many people do you know can just start something and just, like a robot, just keep on going until they take the batteries out, you know? And that's a superpower, you know, I like to say. Some people can just do, start on the butt and it's fine. You get nothing done. It's fine. You know, they're not supposed to get anything done. That's the thing. But when I'm like, I'm all antsy. I'm like, oh, I need to do something. I need to get something done. You know, something's not done. Accomplished feeling. Then my soul withers away. It dies. It just kind of antsy. I'm like, I need to draw. I need to do something. It's always like, I'm never like, oh, I need to go somewhere, do something, but like, it's always like, I need to build, craft, draw, sculpt, some sort of like creative outlet. And that's what art has been and always been for me, has been this like, how do I show you guys what's happening in here? Words are words. Every combination of words has been spoken. Every thought has been thought of, you know, that kind of thing. But with art, like this art piece, no one's ever seen it like this, because no one's ever seen, I don't even know what it's going to look like. That's the thing. If I don't know what I'm doing, how do you know what I'm doing? So, I'm not saying, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. But like, maybe like 10, 15 year timeline, I don't know. If I'm going to have a heart attack in 5 minutes. Like, I don't know. Like, it's the spontaneity of live life knowing that you can die any second. You know, just be happy with being happy. You don't need a reason to be happy. That's the thing. You don't need to be like, oh, today's this day. I have to go to work, or oh, I gotta do this or gotta do that. Oh, yeah, that's a part of it. But then you get off work, and then you're like, wow, I have a whole lifetime ahead of me. You know. And life is long. But the actions and choices and the people we hang around dictate how long that life is. So just talk in general broad terms and big brush strokes, and that way you can most people can understand what you're saying. I definitely noticed if you say like two intellectual terms, metaphors, or some sort of similes, a lot of people just like, huh? What? So you gotta like, you have to say the smart word, but right after that, say the layman's term, the dumb word. That way everyone can understand. Because you don't want to like, not let people understand what you're saying. Be open-minded. That's what I'm trying to get. This was a front of the wall of 1313. That's okay. And that's the problem is like, I keep on sorting and taking things apart. But if I do too much of that, then I don't feel like I'm actually creating something with the parts that I took apart and sorted. And it's this constant like, yeah, I have these dreams. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make that thing. But then sorting is such just a long, arduous task of doing it. You just gotta do it, It's just never ends. It will never. It's the journey. So going back to the journey. Don't like the journey. Don't hop on the ferry. The boat. Don't get in that car. Don't, It was kind of funny. When I was younger, even mom was like, yeah, Tony, I feel like you're going to be some sort of like monk. Some sort of like celibate, kind of like no possessions, no significant other, just this or that. If I could be that, but with Lego. Like, get rid of every possession, the only thing you have left is Lego. I'm getting really antsy. It's almost 2 hours in. I'm 1:47, an hour and 47 minutes. Excuse me. I'm getting hungry again. It just keeps on happening. I don't know why. Yo, if I could be a robot. I know robots can't feel anything. But like, that would be so nice to just never stop. I don't associate with any sort of AI. So, I mean, the only AI really genuinely, there's like 2-3 AI songs I've sang to covers on this channel. And that's it. On my Instagram, I have my art pieces that I'll like, this is my version, and this is robot AI version. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's so much better. It's so much better than what anything I came up with. But if I didn't give it the thing to do, to convert it to whatever art style or some sort of thing, then it's really good at like taking something and then remixing it to make it look even more pretty or better or whatever you want to call it. But most people have no taste, have no actual judgment, and have no actual critiques and criticisms to give input, constructive input, because they could just be like, that sucks, that's bad, that looks horrible, but that not know why it looks bad. It's almost like there needs to be a chart or some sort of graph for people to like point at and be like, is this real or is this not real? Or you don't care. Most people are just like, I don't care if it's real or fake, and the steak tastes good, what does it matter? Well, maybe the steak isn't a steak, it was made from human flesh or something. Like, it's not real because it's not what you thought it was. I dropped it. Oh well. I'll get it when I get it. A lot of times I'll drop one Lego piece and I'll be like, I need to pick it up. But then I realize, man, it's fine. I'll pick it up when I pick it up. 2 hours of sorting. That's a good little chunk. And later I get to like continue. But then just because I'm going to continue doing it, don't think that I'm not going to like have fun the whole time. So even if there's no camera, because I'm just filling up the empty space of this universe with my conscious thoughts. I'll show you guys how many things I've sorted out in this entire video. So, or girls. And everything not in between. Well, hopefully, if someone wanted to watch it, they could watch it. But if it wasn't there in the first place to be watched, then there's nothing for someone to observe, kind of thing. I'd rather have it than not have it, than wish I had it. It's the chicken or the egg problem. Which one came first? Would you rather have the chicken or have the egg? ¿Por qué no las dos? Why not both? Yo, this feed project I've been working on, it's been getting pretty juicy. The designs, the designs. That's the thing. I gotta like reinvent all of feed, because I've been like despising the city that I made, and it's not a bad design. It's just there's nothing like this is a section of what it was supposed to be, and I don't like that it's only this section. I want something pretty and nice to look at. That way, whenever someone walks by it, they're not like, oh, it's a half-built city or half-constructed city. It's more so like, whoa, wow, that's crazy. You could do that with Lego? I had no idea. I thought you just buy a Lego set and just put it together. Yo, people are so unintelligent. That's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Find people that are on your level. That's all I gotta say. Because you definitely don't want to be like around people that you know that like bring you down on like an emotional level too. Because say if you have so many dreams and aspirations, more so than they ever could conjure up, then they're constantly like, oh, you can't do that. It's always just like this anchor that like, because they're still on the shore, on the pier with their boat, and you're already in the middle of the ocean. They're like, you can't even see them anymore, and it's like, oh well, should have not had an anchor. You should have pulled up that anchor a long time ago to let yourself set sail into the sunset. And the anchor is negativity. It's all the hopes and dreams of other people that they wanted for you. All these expectations. That's pretty much what the statement was. Just pull that chain of all the disgusting, horrible, negative self-talk and all the I can't do that. I don't have enough time. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll just pull up that chain, just set sail. Just go. You know? Oh, it's my favorite Lego set. Just kidding. It's a slab. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish Lego would give us different Lego sets, not only just vehicles. And then you see what they give you. And it's like, ooh, a little, I understand it's for kids, blah, 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 blah. But if it's for kids, it's lackluster. It's this little slab. If you take that down, I mean, that looks cool. That looks cool. But what is it? Like, there's no. It's a cool display, but like, I don't know. It could have been more. Yeah, I don't know. As a designer, as a creative, it could be more. I mean, the figures, like, oh my god, the figures, the Grand Admiral Thrawn, the Ahsoka, the Death. I don't know if they call them Death Troopers, but like the zombie type. It was like the Rogue One Death Trooper, but zombie variant. That was like the first time we've seen it. Before the battle pack or $20. Yo, I can't believe they're $20. Like just like a few years ago, it was half that price. I made a video complaining about Lego prices, and people in the comments were like, "Oh, inflation, blah blah blah." But the point I was trying to point out in that video was, look how expensive things have gotten so fast in the past 10, 15 years. That's what I was trying to get at. And to say, oh, it's just inflation. That's submitting. You're being submissive when you just say, oh, it's just inflation. Well, first off, the Revolutionary War kind of happened because, like, was it French? English? Whatever, it was just a few percentage increase, and everyone revolted over tea, and different things. That's like, people now, they want taxes. They feel like I need to give everything to the government, like, give my time to AI, give my energy to this or that. Look at this cool little AI video. AI just gets me going, making me feel like I'm not useful, making me feel like the universe led up to this moment just to let you down. Like, what is that? I think as AI will advance to like quantum realm and it can create its own realities, whatever BS, the more creative people will try to like fight back because people are so resilient. People are so resilient. The moment you say you can't, 10 people say they can, you know? You put me down, but 10 people get back up, you know? I guess supposedly a long time ago, there's this person that died for our sins. Supposedly. I'm not stating anything. I'm just reciting something someone else said a long time ago. From some other time. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But that's another universe that's pretty incredible. It's about 2 hours and 1 minute. Woo! Did my thing. I should probably eat food. Because it's never gonna end. It's never gonna end. That's cool. It's my little graffiti 1313 sticker. It's a little gecko with a bow on their head. Pretty cool. So I'll focus. There, focus on my hand. But yeah, this is one of those parts. I remember putting the sticker on this piece when I was doing it. Yeah. Okay. I'm feeling drained. You know, need some energy to get some energy from the sustenance of refrigerators. Oh. So, this whole thing I just set up within like 5 minutes, and it's been 2 hours of sorting, and this is the result. It was up to here-ish. Now it's like that's a good chunk for 2 hours, I think, just for rambling and just like talking some smack about other people that don't matter. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I try to like do that, and then that's all the sorting so far. These ones over here kind of empty still, but you know, that's fine. You can definitely see which parts I use the most and which ones I don't. Obviously, the light gray I use the most here, because 1313 was the majority of this container. But have a great day. Have a great life. 2 hours in of sorting. Have a great day again, because it's always good to be great and great to be awesome. So enjoy it.